without standing too far away. So if I go stand over here, your chance of getting wet are pretty slim over here. Here, it's your own risk. Watch at your own risk. I wouldn't stand there. You're just asking to get wet there. You're safer there. Okay, so this is a zoo flush gun made right here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Prior to you getting here, you got a couple garbage bags to protect things. Like, there are literally 3 computers right here. So if you take your laptop and throw it in a swimming pool, how does that work after that? Not so good, okay? So, big couple garbage bags, and if you're doing this on your own vehicle, whatever, you have to protect this thing, okay? So tuck that in there nice. We used to have a really cool little hose. It was just a short little thing that we used to put on the upper radiator to dump the water down. And I couldn't find it this morning. We looked for like, I was going to find a dumb thing. Mr. Ross could run on the hose upstairs to cut. So we've added a hose here where the top hose would connect to the radiator. It turns down. So that as water comes out, it's going to throw it down. So not all of the computers and all of everything else. Here is another electrical device, the alternator. Again, alternators don't work after they've been soft and wet. Drive into the pond or lake down the boat ramp with it, the car's still running, the alternator spinning in the water, no bueno. It's not going to work out real well, okay? You need to also cover that. Keep that baby nice and dry, okay? Everything else, yeah, that'll be fine, okay? We have removed the thermostat. Okay, now this particular one, it had a ground cable on it. So there's a ground cable right here that's actually for the PCM, the powertrain control module, the computer that operates the system, fuel system, things like that. And so there's a stud, and the stud is basically 5/16, so it's 1/2 inch. And on the top of it's got a nut that's 3/8 or 9/16 nut. So I left that off. I've removed the thermostat, and the nice thing about this particular thermostat, it's got the O-ring / gasket thing built right in, drops back in the groove. You just snug it, don't over tighten it, you'll end up cracking the housing and replace it then, so be careful with that, please. So that's been taken out. Super, super important to make sure that you remember to put the radiator cap back on. If you leave this off, and you're basically going to fill this thing with water and you're going to give it some air, it will come out of here like a volcano. Very funny for me, okay? Because I've told you not to do that, and then you've done it and it goes whoosh. It's so fun, okay? Don't try to be cute and like just lay this on there for someone's car so they think that it's on. If it comes off and hits them, hits a car, damages the car, damages the person's head, they end up bleeding or something, I'm going to be angry at you. So make sure, don't be playing games with people on this. It's not funny. Make sure that's on all the way before you even start. The Zoo Flush gun itself, it's got 2 devices on it. It's got water. Water is controlled by this. Turn that on, and water will come out. Okay? The top here is the air. We've got air hooked up to it. We've got water hooked up to it. It's going to be nice warm water eventually. Okay, and when you pull the trigger on the top, Jumbotron. Okay? I love it. You can wash cars with it. Beautiful thing. Okay? If people see that. Okay? All right, now, we've already drained the cooler now. This is what was left in it, which is probably most of the water now. You probably won't try to put that back in the car. The trick is not to go wide open throttle on this thing. Don't go from like here to here. It will come out of your hand, you'll be sopping wet. Okay? Again, it'll be very funny for me, you'll be all wet. It's the perfect time of year to do this because it's in the 40s today, 40s again tomorrow. Perfect. It's not like -5 outside with wind chill factors of -20. Okay? Perfect right now. So the thermostat's out. I bolted the thermostat housing back on and just snugged it. You don't have to get too crazy on it. Okay? We're going to remember this is a reverse flow. So as the cooling system operates for over the years and hundreds of tens of thousands of miles, it develops scales in there, just like fish have scales. So we're going to go backwards through the system, and it's just like scaling a fish. We're going to be breaking all that scale off and getting flushed out of the cooling system. Okay? Why are you standing so far back? Are you afraid? You should be afraid. Because it was your guess which all those probably left out yesterday. Yeah. So anyway, take the top radiator hose. Here,
my shoes.
Protect the computers at all costs. The trick here is you have to hold on to this. Okay? So what I do is I'll get this in here and I'll wait. Can you leave the pec-out valve open? That doesn't matter. Just make sure the radiator cap's on tight. There. Okay? And it really, you know, if you're really that strong, don't feel like you gotta have to go wide open throttle on this thing. If you're leaking out of thermostat housing, there's some gas in it. Wait till the water starts to come out here. The trick is really, really slow, work into it, and eventually you'll be wide open throttle. And then do that for at least 2 minutes. So if you're not sure what 2 minutes is, you want to wear a watch, get your watch all wet. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, count to 120. That's 2 minutes. Okay? Sounds like we got water. Oh yeah. Pretty close on water. Wait for water to start coming out the top of the radiator. Then you know you're ready. Coming now, isn't it? Oh yeah. Got water now. Alright, here we go. Hold the field tight. Pull the trigger on this really slow. Deep into this. That's wide open throttle right there. Okay, so I snuck up on it, okay? Slowly. Nice, we're gonna do that for a couple minutes. Now what you gotta be cautious of is if you have a really old car. You know, let's say this thing's like a 1995, okay, which I'm considering kind of old now. And the radiator looks a little questionable, the heater core, a little questionable, just as old. You may not want to do a coolant system backflush on it because it may not leak when you started, but after you're done, it might leak now. Okay, especially the heater core. Then you're going to have to take the car all apart to get the heater core replaced, and it's a lot of work. Okay, back to this. Now, if you don't hold on to your left hand really good, the hose is going to come off and you're going to get all wet. Again, very fun. For me. I love it. Kids that don't listen during demos, they just come over here and just go wide open throttle in it. Oh yeah, good times. Alright, so let's say we've done that for 2 minutes. What I always do is wait for the radiator to fill with water and then look to see what the water looks like. If it's brownish still, it's cloudy, it's still kind of not really nice and clear, get it again. Nice, clean water. That's what you're looking for. Okay? I got to show you, they fixed the hoist, so I got to show you that too before you walk away. Water's kind of cold. I try to make it a little warmer. You know. Over there. Under the room, just squeaky, so it's hot and cold right there. And the hot or warmer. Okay, we got water here again. Look at the water. How's it look? Pretty clear, right? Okay, so once you know that you got that done, pull this off. Turn the water off completely. Look at my pants. Wet. Okay? Don't come to me perfectly dry and tell me that you did it, because I'm going to look at you and go, no, you didn't. I'm cheated. And get wet. Now, just go at this just with the air, slowly again. Don't go wide open throttle, sneak into it. Push all the water out of it. That's wide open throttle right there. Again, I do a couple minutes. Make sure that you try to get as much of the time as possible. All right. Any questions? All right. Now, don't forget your closed petcock valve. And then if you're doing this as a real customer engine, but everyone's going to do the same vehicle. Okay. But if this is a customer vehicle, close the petcock valve, thermostat back in, new gasket, new O-ring, whatever it is. If you're going to take it out and do a coolant system flush, make sure you replace the gasket with the O-ring there. Before you put the new coolant back in it, are you going to put, say it takes 12 quarts, are you going to put all, you're going to mix all 12 quarts up and then dump it in? Or are we going to do it slightly different? I already talked about this once. put the pure antifreeze in first. So if it's 12 quarts total or 14 quarts, put 7 quarts of pure antifreeze in it first, and then just put half a gallon, fill the bucket halfway up with water, and then put the water in second. Because what I found more often than not, we do this, we think we have all the water out of it, we mix up 12 quarts, 14 quarts, put it in, and there's still like 3 or 4 quarts laying in the bucket. And it should have taken all of it, and it didn't. Which means there's still water left in there somewhere, so now you have diluted antifreeze in the thing. So you end up dumping, punching it out, putting some pure antifreeze back in it, trying to get the ratio right. It's a pain. Okay? Don't do that. Just put the pure antifreeze in first, then followed by the water. It'll mix. It'll be fine. Okay? Any questions about this? All right, come on over here.